Keep hitting that play button. We are on Genesis chapter 18. It's a little ominous. It's called The Three Visitors. I don't know what that means. The last chapter was all about circumcision. So if you want to learn about circumcision, just pop on over to chapter 17, the previous video. I don't know who the three visitors are. I wonder if that's a foreshadowing or call to the three wise men who we probably all know and are part of the Son of God's story, Jesus Christ, who we probably all know. Let's see who they are. The Lord appeared to Abraham near the great trees of Mamre. This is a word we encountered a few times, a few chapters ago, a few videos ago. M-A-M-R-E. I still don't know how it's pronounced because I haven't looked at the comments yet because I haven't posted those videos yet. So I'm just going to keep saying Mamre until I learn something better. Near the great trees of Mamre, while he was sitting at the entrance, kind of like Sabre in The Office. While he was sitting at the entrance to his tent in the heat of the day. I love when they include random details like that you wouldn't think are that necessary or important, while skimping on other details that I would love to know more about, other situations. Like when, I can't remember. Abraham looked up and saw three men standing nearby. He's not very aware. Well, he's also like 100 years old, so I'll probably be the same way when I'm that age. When he saw them, he hurried from the entrance of his tent to meet them and bowed low to the ground. Impressive for someone who's 100. He said, "If I have found favor in your eyes, my lord, do not pass your servant by. Let a little water be brought, and then you may all wash your feet and rest under this tree." He's giving them permission to rest under the tree and wash their feet. That's probably awesome. If you're out in like a desert and your feet are all dirty and hot, and you get them washed. Have you ever had your feet washed? Perks to being raised in Christianity, apart from all the other problems that it brought to my life, one of the big perks was one time at a church camp, they literally had the counselors this sounds weirder now. It wasn't weird. It wasn't a weird thing. It was like there's no way to convince the audience it wasn't weird. I didn't think it was weird. I didn't feel uncomfortable. I didn't notice anyone else feeling uncomfortable either. But they had the counselors of each of the cabins for like the campers wash the feet of the kids because it was like symbolic. It's something that Jesus does in the New Testament. So it was like, oh God, it sounds so weird now. It was just like they were trying to be like Jesus. That's really what it was. And they were good relationships as far as I know. Okay, let's move on. Let me get you something to eat so you can be refreshed and then go. Oh, but the point was that having your feet washed feels amazing. Let me get you something to eat so that you can be refreshed and then go on your way. Now that you have come to your servant. I don't know why he's calling himself a servant. I guess that's like just how you make yourself lower or more humble in the culture or something. Very well, they answered. Do as you say. We don't know who these people are yet. They're just three visitors. So Abraham hurried into the tent to Sarah. Quick, he said. I think he speaks like a goblin or like a wizard, but not a wise one, like a little skimpy, sassy one. Like an impish wizard. Quick, he said, get me 3 seahs. What? Give me 3 seahs of the finest flour and knead it and bake some bread. What are seahs? It's S-E-A-H-S. I'm not going to look things up during the video, so someone tell me what that is. And throw a like on the video as well. Then he ran to the herd and selected a choice, tender calf and gave it to a servant who hurried to prepare it. Okay, that's why he gave it to, hey, make this calf. That's sad, a little baby calf. We still eat little baby calves today, and it's also sad. But it is what it is, and we should probably change it. He then brought some curds and milk of that calf that had been prepared. And calves can have milk? No, I don't know calf biology. And he set these before them. While they ate, he stood near them under a tree. Here's your food. You guys liking it? Where is your wife Sarah? They asked him. That's creepy. What is that? Imagine, that sounds like a horror novel or movie. They just know who she is. Where's your wife Sarah? He doesn't know who they are. There in the tent, he said. Boy, is he trusting. I guess he's like, God will protect me. I mean, kudos to him, or he's just dumb. That's the other thing. She's over there. 3 strangers, 3 visitors. Hey, where's your wife, Sarah? He doesn't even question it. There, she's in the tent. Then one of them said, I will surely return to you about this time next year. And Sarah, your wife, will have a son. Okay. Now Sarah was listening at the entrance to the tent which was behind him. Abraham and Sarah were already very old, and Sarah was past the age of childbearing. Okay, so they acknowledge that. Sarah laughed to herself as she thought, am I worn out and my Lord is old? Wait, what is that sentence? Oh, after. After I am worn out and my Lord is old, will I now have this pleasure? Then the Lord said to Abraham, why did Sarah laugh and say, will I really have a child now that I am old? Uh-oh. God does not like that, even though he's omnipotent and he knows everything past, present, and future, and would have known this was coming, and that should have been enough to not be upset. He still sounds a little upset here. Is anything too hard for the Lord? I will return to you at the appointed time next year, and Sarah will have a son. Sarah was afraid, so she lied. I did not laugh, she said, but he said, yes, you did laugh. Oh, that's... I can't do this. I can't... Why? How? I don't understand how so many people that I knew growing up all read this with a straight face. The wording is just... It is absurd. I'm sorry. It is so ridiculous. Sarah was afraid, so she lied and said, I did not laugh. But he said, yes, you did laugh. It's like 5-year-olds. This is the way that children argue with each other. All right, so we're to the same chapter, new title, Abraham pleads for Sodom. Oh, we might have made it. How much longer is this? Ooh, I want to look. Oh, we're about to be there. When the men got up to leave, they looked down towards Sodom. Okay, so I guess they're close enough to see it. And Abraham walked along with them to see them on their way. Okay, good. We still have basically another page left. Then the Lord said, shall I hide from Abraham what I am about to do? Okay, once again, omnipotent, omnipresent. First of all, he should know, why is he even contemplating this? Why did the Lord even say that? Abraham will surely become a great and powerful nation, and all nations on earth will be blessed through him. Is this him like reasoning with himself? Should I tell him what I'm about to do? He's going to be really powerful. For I have chosen him so that he will direct his children and his household after him to keep the way of the Lord by doing what is right and just, so that the Lord will bring about for Abraham what he has promised him. Wait, is he talking about himself in like the second person? He said, for I have chosen him, me, I, God, so that he will direct his children, okay, and his household after him and keep the way of the Lord by doing what is right and just, so that the Lord will bring about for Abraham what he has promised him. Am I dumb and I'm not understanding? The Lord will bring about for Abraham what he has promised him? What the Lord has promised? That doesn't sound like he's saying what Abraham has promised. That doesn't make sense. Clear it up for me if you can. I'll read the comments. Then the Lord said, the outcry against Sodom and Gomorrah is so great and their sin so grievous that I will go down and see if what they have done is as bad as the outcry that has reached me. If not, I will know. Once again, not omnipresent based on the way he's speaking. He doesn't need to go there. He should just know. If we are to hold to our beliefs as Christians, I mean, maybe you're not specifically a Christian who believes that. Again, tell me in the comments. I thought most of them do, especially in the United States, especially in the South. The men turned away and went towards Sodom, but Abraham remained standing before the Lord. Then Abraham approached him and said, will you sweep away the righteous with the wicked? Okay, so he kind of knows what's up. He knows that God is probably going to destroy this whole city. And he's saying, well, there are righteous people down there. Will you also kill them with the wicked? Which, okay, you know what? Let's read ahead and then I'll comment further. What if there are 50 righteous people in the city? Will you really sweep it away and not spare the place for the sake of 50 righteous people in it? Far be it from you to do such a thing. Oh, he's reprimanding God. Far be it from you to do such a thing. Why? God should know to kill the righteous with the wicked, treating the righteous and the wicked alike. Far be it from you. I'm going to start saying that to people. Far be it from you. Will not the judge of all the earth do right? So I just think it's strange. Again, tell me maybe there's some 4D chess reason that God is entertaining this conversation with Abraham. But why does he even need to be told by Abraham? Why does he need to have this conversation? What is the purpose if God is omnipotent, omnipresent, knows everything, which is the same thing, just reworded differently? The Lord said, if I find 50 righteous people in the city of Sodom, I will spare the whole place for their sake. To me, it doesn't seem like that was what he was doing. Like before he was even spoken to by Abraham, it said, I will go down and see what they are doing. as if investigating, even though he doesn't need to do that either. But then he stops to pause and has this conversation with Abram and changes his mind, evidently, because of Abraham's conversation. And I gotta fix my watch. Gotten so flustered and riled up that the watch came undone. Then Abraham spoke up again. Now that I've been so bold as to speak to the Lord, okay, at least he's aware. He's aware of how bold he's being. Though I am nothing but dust and ashes, what if the number of righteous people is 5 less than 50? He can't say 45, yes, say 5 less than 50. Maybe that's a translation thing. I shouldn't criticize that. Will you destroy the whole city for lack of 5 people? If I find 45 there, he said, that's God, I will not destroy it. Once again, he spoke to him. I think we can see what's coming here, the patterns in the conversation. What if only 40 are found there? He said, for the sake of 40, I will not do it. Then he said, may the Lord not be angry, but let me speak. No, that's not a question. That is a statement. May the Lord not be angry, but let me speak. That is what he says. So he knows he's like pushing his luck. He knows what he's doing. He's aware that, God might be a little emotional, might bristle a bit at being challenged. And let's be honest, he's right. He's called it well. God has not done a whole lot of punishing so far in the Bible, but good call on Abraham's part. I mean, he's known him for 100 years. Maybe he just knows from other stories that we don't have written here. But he's like, God can be a little testy sometimes. Let's ease in to the murder rates here. Let's try and lower them so he doesn't just pop off on Sodom and Gomorrah. What if only 30 can be found there? He answered, I will not do it if I find 30 there. Abraham said, he just keeps going. He's like, how much can I get away with? Foot in the door, working his way down, whittling him away. Abraham said, now that I've been so bold as to speak to the Lord, what if only 20 can be found there? He said, for the sake of 20, I will not destroy it. Then he said, may the Lord not be angry. I like how it's so passive. He's like, please don't be angry. He doesn't say that. That's not what we say in English usually. May the Lord not be angry, but let me speak just once more. What if only 10 can be found there? He answered, for the sake of 10, I will not destroy it. When the Lord had finished speaking with Abraham, he left, and Abraham returned home. Now, I'm not going to spoil what happens in the next chapter, chapter 19, but the title is Sodom and Gomorrah Destroyed. So either God went back on his promise, or he couldn't find 10 innocent people there. I'm going to scratch my tricep awkwardly like this while I hold the Bible in front of me.